Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my vlog, and welcome to episode 3 of A Guy and His Zero. Yesterday, we carried 7 lawns over to today for numerous reasons. One, I had to run home and let my dogs out, so I easily lost a yard there. I should have been able to do that yard, but I wasn't able to call on my neighbor yesterday because she's got stuff going on that she wasn't able to let my dogs out. So I had to let my dogs out. Kind of sucks. Can they hold it all day? Probably. But they're big dogs. They're really strong dogs, and I don't want them to be really nervous dogs. Sorry about the sun. And I don't want my dogs to get like really nervous and start chewing on things. So like my furniture. So not that big of a deal. And then we had some rain delays, not much, but a little bit. You know, little things like that start adding up. Now there's just no way I'm going to be able to do all the lawns that are due on Monday and Tuesday of this week, on Monday and Tuesday, alone or solo. And I could probably say that's even regardless of any piece of equipment I have. It's just too much work, but that's okay because I'm allowing them to bleed over a few days, you know, throughout the week. So some work from Monday can bleed to Tuesday, some work from Tuesday can bleed to Wednesday. But by the end of today, we should be 100% caught up, and that's usually the cycle. And so these people know that they're going to get done Monday or Tuesday. It's not a big deal. Nobody has gates that need to be like unlocked or padlocked or anything like that. They know if it's not done Monday, they will be done Tuesday. And most of them that aren't done on Monday are done on Tuesday, so they probably figure their day is Tuesday anyway. So kind of goes back and forth that way. Nobody's complaining about it or anything like that. So, oh, there's Johnny. Hey, Johnny, I see you, Johnny. You're passing me right now, Mr. Blades of Grass. How you doing? Nice rig. Looks great. And nobody's complaining. Nobody really, you know, is saying anything about it. But, you know, I like to keep a tight schedule. But, you know, a wise old man said, you need to front load your business because in the fall, when things start dying off, that's when your extremely busy business becomes a busy business, and then as you approach winter, your busy business becomes your business, and then when you hit winter, you're starving. So you want to front load your week, front load your season, and really kick ass as fast and as often as possible. And if that means going a little bit behind, make sure you go behind on the lawns that, you know, if they're really upset about it and they're going to fire you, make sure they're like the lower paying people or the slower paying people, you know, if that's the situation. That way you can make as much money as you can throughout the season and try to rest on the weekends if you can. And then, you know, when things slow down, then you don't get backed up because you can mow faster, trim faster, blow off faster, everything's faster. And then you could turn around and, you know, have like a month of niceness where everybody's serviced on time, no weekend work, and then you go into your winter time. So that's just something to think about, right? So we're gonna roll up right now and into this group of 7 here that we got. One's a group of 3, one's a group of 4. Once we get these 7 done, that leaves 6 on the schedule. So we'll go back, let the dogs out, and then we got 3 that are together right by my neighborhood. It's across the street from my neighborhood. And then we got 3 individuals. We get those 6 done and we are 100% caught up. Tomorrow will be a gangbuster day. It'll be a good day tomorrow as well. And then that, if we get everything done today and everything done tomorrow, that leaves the 9 eensy beensy teeny little lawns to do on Friday, plus 3 lawns by my street, 3 full-size lawns to do Friday. So that won't be bad at all. If that's the situation, that will be 12 lawns to do on Friday, but 9 of them are really small, so they're really easy to do and fast. Ooh, that sun. Sorry guys. Hey man, I forgot my freaking Bluetooth headset this morning. Why didn't you guys tell me that during my intro? So, but I always keep headphones in my glove box. Always keep a spare. So I gotta have my music. I gotta have something. So yeah, I got 3 cut, edged, and weed eated. and clean the driveways up real good, all the cracks and everything. So I'm fixing to blow them off right now. I'll get these 3 done, and then I got a group of 4 to do right down there together. So we'll be out of here. We'll have these 7 done. I don't know, 11:30, 12 o'clock. But I'm going to go through these. I'm going to spray these weed beds, and a lot of weeds. But it'll only take me, 10 minutes will save me 10 minutes of weed eating next time I come around, and that's the thing, So if I spray them now, that'll get me through the season. So I got my coffee, I got my blower, and I got my mission. I'll be right back. So I don't want to say this and be like picking on old boy and he's not here to defend himself. So I don't mean this in a bad way. I just mean this in a difference of styles. But I find myself now, this is about the 4th time. This would have been like the 5th or 6th time that he was weed eating all these homes. And I'm finding myself having to spend a little bit of extra time weed eating, cleaning things up, getting them back to the standards that I had them at. And I had mentioned that a while ago. I said, I'm my biggest critic. And it's very difficult for me to let go of the weed eater and the edger, because that is the most critical part of the yards. That's what tightens up the yard. That's what makes it look really good. That's what sets you apart, is being able to weed eat an edge. And, I then started to say, sometimes you just got to let it go. And, most of your customers are just happy that they don't have to get out there and do the yard on the weekend. And they pay you to do the yard. They want tall grass short. They want things cleaned up, but they're not as picky as maybe you and I are as the business owner. It's weed eated, it's weed eated. They don't necessarily see what we see. And, very few people do you find like that. Most of them are just happy with a regular service, coming in and doing a regular job and paying a fair price. And so I kind of let that guide my way of thoughts for a while, and I let old boy do all the weed eating and edging because I would never turn him loose on the 0 turn. So now that I'm back on the weed eater, I'm finding myself having to clean up a lot. I never had the yards looking like this, and I've been letting that go. Now I can't let that go anymore. So I knocked it down a little bit and I sprayed the hell out of it. And I'll let the customers know that I sprayed the shit out of their weeds. And I'm not going to charge them for it. I'm going to get it back to the standard that I had it at. I'm just going to let them know that this time there's no charge for weed spraying. And that thing's got a little bit out of hand on me. And I'm going to get it back in shape, back to the way I want it. So I never had this. So I knocked it down a little bit, sprayed it dead. Next time I come through, that'll be all nice and crispy. And I'll just knock it down. Now, one way that you can capitalize on this move of spraying is, then you come back and you say, now that we got everything sprayed, let's go ahead and top it with some fresh mulch. And you go and you buy, if it took 10 bags to mulch a bed a year ago, you go and you buy 5 or 6 bags and you just top it, just dust it right on top. Nice and light, cover up the dead weeds, and you're good to go. You make a little extra money, you do it while you're here mowing, bring some bags of mulch with you, drop the mulch down real fast on the dead weeds. You don't see the weeds, the mulch is nice and fresh, the yard looks great, everything's up to standard. So, and I'm not picking on old boy, don't get me wrong, he did a fine job. If he didn't do a good job, he wouldn't have been weed eating. He did a good job, he just didn't do it to my standard. That's all I'm trying to say. So I am spending a little bit of extra time weed eating and edging and getting things back to my standard. So we got these 3 done. We're gonna go down the road here now. And I mean, they are literally right there. We're gonna go do 4 right there. And then we'll head back to the house, let the dogs out. And then we got 6 to do right by me. So not too bad at all. Okay, let me show you how I'm breaking up these 4, just to kind of break up the monotony. These people work out of their home and they have a child. These people come and go often. These people are gone for right now. So that's 3. And then the 4th one is that 2-story house way back there. They're at work right now. So I don't want that house to be a mess for too long because they got kids, they work out of their house. So here's what I did. I mowed this yard, and then I parked the mower over here. And then I edged this yard, and then I edged this yard front and back, and edged this yard front and back. Then I put the edger up. Then I jumped on my weed eater, and I weed eated this yard. And I put my weed eater away, and then I blew off this yard. So this yard's 100% done, and it hasn't been a mess for very long. These yards were edged. These two were already edged. And now I just mowed them after I blew this one off. I mowed front and back of these two, and I mowed the backyard of that one over there. Now I'm going to weed eat these two and that one over there's backyard and blow them off. So that's going to take me about 15 minutes total. So in about 15 minutes I'll have 1, 2, 3 and a half complete. Then I'm going to drive around to the other area there so I can edge, weed eat, and mow the front yard, all on video for you. So I'm breaking it up so that way that house isn't a mess for too long and their kid now can go out in the backyard. These 3 houses front and back are going to be done except for that front yard lickety split here in a timely manner without their house being a mess for so long. See, when you work solo, when you do like 4 or 5 houses at one time, you're there for 2.5, 3 hours. I don't know that people want their house to be a mess for 3 hours. I just, you know what I'm saying? That's like 3 hours of noise, 3 hours of, you know, so you kind of want to get in and get out. So know your customers, know their patterns, and I try to be considerate to my customers. So now their kid can go out and play. These people can come and go as they often do, and their house is about to be cleaned up in about 10 minutes. They're gone for now, but their front and backyard will be done nice and clean and simple and easy, and they're not even around, so I'm going to video that front yard, and I'm doing that for you guys. Otherwise, from 10 o'clock till about 12:30, 4 houses would be a mess. I don't want to do that, so that's why I'm doing it that way. And it also, I'm not edging for so long and weed eating for so long at one time, so I'm breaking that up. Make sense? Kind of weird. It works in my little head, but I'm just trying to be considerate to my customers and break up the monotony and be able to video for you guys without stressing that I got a mess for so long as clouds are rolling in. So we're going to finish up this area. I'll go video that front yard mow and weed eating and edging for you guys in full, the front yard, and give you guys a complete unedited video video experience over there once I get done weed eating and blowing off these 2 here. We got those 3 over there done, just like I said. The fronts and backs and everything are done. So now we're on the other side here. So I'm going to put you up on the tripod, put you up on the trailer, and we're going to weed eat, edge, and mow both these this front yard and blow off non-stop for you nerds. invoice him tonight. I'm gonna shoot him an email in his invoice and say, hey, it's time to trim the bushes and stuff like that, and get a little extra charge. And hopefully he'll give me the go ahead and say, yeah, go ahead, trim the bushes. And I'll give him a, I'll give him a price, trimming the bushes and spraying the weeds. Probably combined, probably 40 bucks. So next time I come here, it'll be the lawn price and an extra. So that's that. Let's get out of here. All right, guys, I feel pretty good. I let my dogs out, changed my shirt, changed my socks, kind of freshened up for a few minutes. Read some of y'all's comments, crazies. Love you guys. And so we're just gonna hop right over here now to the next little neighborhood, and we're gonna start knocking them out. So we're gonna knock out 3 individuals, and then if all goes well and time permitting, then we're gonna do a group of 3 at the end of the day, and that'll be a 13 lawn day, and that'll actually have us up 1 lawn more than what we were at 2 weeks ago on this day, and today being Wednesday and not Thursday. So looks like we're on track to get all the work done. A guy in his 0 completing all the work Monday through Friday, not having to work on the weekend, for what me and another guy did 2 weeks ago with the push mower. So right now we're kicking ass because we're saving on the labor. So we're seriously kicking ass. So we need to keep it up and keep rocking it. Oof, getting gassy. Oh yeah, gassy. All right, let's go to work, huh? Oh man, I need some coffee. Here's another one done. Let me see if I can show you the backyard real quick. This one's a rental, military family. Very cool. Been my customers forever, and they moved away, and they have people renting the house, so they have me continue doing the service. It's actually in the lease that I am to be the one to maintain the property, and that the client that rents here is to pay me. There's the backyard. This yard grows. The backyard grows like crazy. But man, we're getting a lot of dry spots in these yards, man. A lot of dry spots. We need some rain here bad. It's raining all over, but it didn't, like it rained a little bit where I was at yesterday, but not really a lot. And it hasn't rained here at my house. I don't remember the last time it rained. Maybe 2 weekends ago? I don't know. My phone's blowing up. Let me see who's texting me. I'm tired, man. I was up till like 11:30 or so doing last night's video, and then once I hit the save button, I went and laid down in bed. But I was wired still. Watched some Casey Neistat videos to try to get some sleep. Went back into my room, started coughing real bad, and got sick from coughing so much, and it was a rough night. I finally got to sleep like around 3 and woke up at 6:30 this morning, of course. I started my day, and now that it's hot out, the heat is out, oh, it's kicking my butt. It's like my energy zapped from me, man. I can't shake this damn cough. And I was so wired from yesterday's video, doing yesterday's video. There was so much video. It was just so much to go through, which was great in a creative aspect because it gave me so much material to work with to build a cool video, I mean, I got some weed eating in there, some mowing in there, some time lapse with the clouds, some sped up mowing, regular speed mowing, how to approach a hill, at least how I approach a hill, how not to approach a hill, and do a little dirt track racing, things like that I was able to do. But it just took so long to get to the final product, but it was so rewarding. When I was done, I was like on a high. It's kind of hard to explain, but I was on a high, and because I like being creative. So we're gonna keep on expanding how we do this, how we do these vlogs, and adding new things to it, and trying to have fun, trying to make things interesting and compelling, informative, and different. So if you guys have suggestions, put them in the comments. I read the comments. Be polite, but put them in the comments. And I pay attention to that stuff. So roll around here, let's knock out another one. Okay. All right, here we go. Here's another one. A neighbor needs to cut that grass. We go a little bit further out here, clear away to fire hydrant. Sorry about the wind. I am so tired. The heat is just kicking my butt right now because I'm not getting any sleep. So we do a little bit back here, keep the fence clear. And then here's the backyard. Pretty nice. Nice little size, nice little yard. So it's easy. I'm really taking my time right now. I mean, I'm like really taking my time. I got one more to do right up the street here, then I'm gonna assess the rest of my day. I'm just so freaking tired. I'll probably push the last 3 off till tomorrow because I can. I think it might be better safe. I mean, sometimes you just have those days, you know what I mean? And I'm having those days right now because I'm beat. I just didn't get any damn sleep last night. And I don't have it, I don't have to push it. I get this next one done and we're on par with where I was 2 weeks ago with 2 guys and a mower. So I mean, when I'm done with this one, I guess we'll discuss numbers, but I mean, we're going to be up the labor on this one as well. We're going to be up the labor, profit on labor. Or a gain on labor, I should say, not spending the money on labor. That's, it's like 80 or 100 bucks today I spent on labor on this day with old boy. So that's pretty badass that I don't have that. I don't have that expense right now. And the few dollars that you got to take out every day, would we figure $5 a day? $5 a day to go toward our monthly payment, 5 days a week, $5 a day, 25 bucks a week, 100 bucks a month to go toward a monthly payment on a machine. If this machine was financed, if I was one of you guys, not much money, maybe a little bit to put down and decent enough credit to go ahead and finance a machine, what would my payment be? About 100 bucks a month. So that 100 bucks a month, 4 weeks out of the month is 25 bucks a week. 5 days a week of work is $5 a day. So $5 a day for a machine to replace a $80 to $100 a day laborer, and that's what this series is looking at. That's what we're doing right now. That's what we're checking to see what's, if it's feasible, and if one guy can do it all without having that second guy because of having a larger, faster, better machine, right? So that's, so far it looks like this is day 3 and it looks like we're doing good. So far so good. So the end of the month or the end of the week, our bottom line at the rate we're going, as long as we don't have anything bad happen, we're gonna have kept, our revenue is gonna be about the same, but we're gonna have kept somewhere around $500 in our pocket because of having this machine and not having labor. So food for thought, right guys? And somebody's blowing up my phone. All right, so let me get going. So this one's done. This one is cut way low. I've mentioned it in other videos. I have one that they like it really, really low because they have kids and stuff that play on the lawn a lot. So if I cut it at 3 inches, don't look cut because all the low blades are still waving. So we get it down there at 2.5 inches. So we're low here. Eventually they'll have me probably put some pine straw up in there. Hopefully they will. I did it last year for them. But I'm pretty beat. Man, I don't want anybody to hit my door, but let me try to show you guys the backyard real quick. we go. 2.5 inch. And that's that. Let's take it home. I'll talk to you in the truck. Okay, so we are out of here. School bus in front of me. So our numbers for today are, I think, I don't know if we did 10 or 12 last time we did. This would have been episode 3 of Two Guys in a Mower. So I think we might be 2 lawns down right now, but I'm just too beat. It's 4 o'clock. I could keep going. I think I wrote down on the schedule that I work till 5 on episode 3. We work till 5. So it's only 4 right now, but I'm just beat. I don't want to run myself into the ground and be real sick. So I'm calling it. Not that big of a deal. We're right on par. We're going pretty much lawn for lawn right now. But I'm saving that huge expense of labor every day. So like I said earlier, it's just some food for thought. I want you guys to have the information, and it's not a competition. You know, it's just once you get to the point where you're pushing with your mower so much that, you know, you're at a point now, it's like, okay, well, what am I going to do? I need to make a move here. Should I hire somebody or should I get a bigger machine? You know, provided that you got a trailer, or you can get a trailer, or however you're going to haul your machine around, you have a place to store it. You know, put that aside. That's a part of it, but put that aside for now. What can you do with the machine? And so right now, me and the machine is on par with me having the push mower and a helper, work-wise, revenue-wise. But we're making big gains at the end of the day by not paying so much in labor. So right now, episode 3 is going to close, showing you that once you get to that point, it might be beneficial for you to go this route. You know, provided you have a trailer, provided everything. If not, you know, if you can't do those things, then you don't do those things. Is, you know, you can't force a trailer. You know, you can't. You gotta dot your I's and cross your T's, like I said before. So, anyways, I mean, you could tell I'm run down. I'm just really run down. I only got 1 day off this weekend, Sunday, and I'm beat. That Two Guys in a Mower really whooped me pretty good. I'm pretty beat, and I didn't get enough of a break, I guess I could say, in between the two. In between the 2 series, I need a couple days off to rest. So this weekend is going to be a well-deserved, well-needed break. So we're here. I'm done. It's 4 o'clock. I should be able to have this video up tonight, or I might just start saving it and go to bed and not wait for it to save. It'll take about 2.5 hours to save. Please check the links below, guys, in the description, and check out all the items that I have listed on Amazon. That'll help you. I used to get questions all the time about my Bluetooth, my headset. It looks like people are now getting their questions answered. So if you have questions about what I use, edger blades, Bluetooth headset, the tips, where can you find the tips for pressure washing and stuff like that I use, I got all that stuff listed to Amazon items. I highly recommend you get your Prime membership, so you get the free shipping and everything, and all the television shows, all the movies that you can get with your Prime. It's really a neat deal. And then, of course, if you want to support my channel, I never ask you guys for money. Never, ever do I ask you guys for money. But there is a link to the Children's Research Hospital for St. Jude's. There's a link there to donate. We're up to $435, I believe, right now. Trying to get to $1,000 by November, by the rock and roll marathon that I'm running in November. I will start running again and posting running videos soon. So a lot of you guys are new and you might not have seen that, but I got a playlist of my running. So if you're a runner, if you're into fitness and stuff, I got some running videos and stuff up. I'm trying to get money for the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. I don't see that money. I don't touch it. It doesn't go to me. It goes directly to them, to their charity efforts. I just provide the link and I can see the amounts that go in there. You can donate in your name, in your parents' name, in your friend's name, in Obama's name, or you could donate anonymously. Whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, you can do it. But the biggest thing is getting the support to those people there, those kids and families. So if you can, please help that way. I don't ask for money. I don't have these Patreon accounts and stuff like that people have. I'm not doing that. So if you can, please just check that link. And if you can't donate, maybe you can share that link on your Facebook or whatever. You can say, hey, check out what my buddy's trying to raise money. Check this out. You know, maybe that'll help. But I really do appreciate you guys very much. Again, I probably would have quit earlier today. I'm so freaking tired, but I didn't want to let you guys down. Had to keep going. I don't want to work this weekend, so you guys really kind of moved me on. But I feel my throat. I'm getting sick. I'm sinking pretty fast. So let me get in the house, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, Rocky, you stay off my couch. You understand me? I'm gonna set this camera up and I'm gonna watch you. Don't you go rubbing your ass on my couch now. You be good. Stay off my couch. I'm gonna get dinner. I'll be back. I love you. Hey, keep an eye on the place.